Hey YouTube vinyl community, how's it going? Yeah, it's the first video I posted for a few days. Been busy, basically moving house on Saturday, which is why you probably can't tell, but started sorting stuff out already. I'm not looking forward to moving all that. Yeah, moving on Saturday to a bigger house basically with my girlfriend. Should be good, we're just renting, but yeah, got more space and that. Hopefully planning to sort of build a little studio there. I've sort of got it set up here for my band and everything, so I'm quite excited about that. So I probably won't be on here for a little while because I think I'll have the internet down for a week or two after I move because Sky are rubbish. Yeah, so I might be quiet for a little while. I'll still be commenting though. I can sneakily get on the computer at work and still talk to you all. I just won't be able to put up any videos for a while. Don't know, it could be less than that. Anyway, you probably noticed by who's playing in the background. I thought, seeing as I've done the James Brown and Funkadelic and Parliament videos, I'll do a Sly Stone one, who's equally as important to me as those guys are. I love Sly. I've known a lot of his stuff since I was a kid. I remember dancing to Dance to the Music and Want to Take You Higher as like a 6-year-old, you know, and loving it. And then years later I heard There's a Riot going on and completely blew my mind. And that album is what really got me into funk. That was when I started going, this stuff's amazing, I need to start checking. And you know, of course, with There's a Riot going on, it's one of those albums, there's a lot of mystique behind it and everything. It's just a great album. So I thought I'd show you guys my Sly singles and albums. I've got most of them. I won't take ages because you know, yeah, I just thought I'd show them. I'd just like to say as well, you know, the whole vinyl community thing is great. I've only just started getting into it. I'm loving it. I don't know why it took me so long to find out about this, because there's nothing I love more. Well, amongst a few other things, one of the things I love is talking about music and talking about records and things like that. So it's just brilliant to meet people out there that have got the same interests. So awesome stuff, man. So yeah, I've got Sly's first single that was released under the name Sly and the Family Stone. It's an original pressing. I Ain't Got Nobody with Turn You Loose on the B-side. These are different versions to the album versions. Ain't Got Nobody was later on the Dance to the Music album. This isn't too hard to find, this single, really. I've found quite a few copies of this, but this is mint. For a while I thought it was a fake, you know, I just bought it because I wanted to hear it, but no, it's the real thing. That's a really nice one to have. Of course, Sly produced quite a lot of stuff before that, and obviously when he was a disc jockey and everything. I haven't got any of those singles, and I haven't got anything on the Stoneflower label either. I'd love to get them, but they're just so hard to find. Got the original UK Dance to the Music on the Lovely Direction label, which was owned by CBS, as you can see the logo up there. With Let Me Hear It From You on the B-side. Pretty common one to find. I've got My Lady, which was pretty much you know, a cousin to Dance to the Music. It's pretty similar, but it's still a good track. Life on the B-side. Got a really nice Everyday People. And for all you geeks like me that sort of know a lot about different pressings, this is what looks like it could be a Philips pressing because of the 3 prongs, but I don't think anyone really, or Polydor pressing probably. Sing a simple song. They used to yeah, I think it's a Polydor one. They used to do that when, like, for example, because this was quite a big hit, CBS probably was so busy printing up many, they probably used to pay, I think they used to pay other companies to press some up for them too, and CBS never had the 3 prongs. Anyway, that might be boring to some of you, but got Stand, superb track, hard to find as a single, it wasn't a hit over here, and I Want to Take You Higher as the B-side. I think it's the edited version, yeah it is. Another one which was the hardest for me to find, and I don't know why, because I think it was a relatively big hit. It wasn't such a big hit over here, Hot Fun in the Summertime. As a UK pressing, this is very rare. I don't know why, it just is. I don't think it was much of a hit here, and Fun on the B-side. And quite ideal for today, because for March, the weather is so it's like summer out there. You can't really see it there, but the weather's incredible here in England at the moment, which is awesome. Probably means that during the summertime it will be shit weather, but there you go. The last single on Direction, and some say one of the first ever funk singles to get out there, or to make it, well, not the first funk single, but definitely one of the first to make it big, and also one of the first to use slap bass. It's got a hole in it, I've no idea why, but it doesn't affect the record. Thank you for letting me be myself. This is getting hard to find. And the beautiful Everybody Is a Star on the B-side, a great little ballad. This isn't a brilliant copy, but it's very hard to come across. So. Yeah, and then we got, this is quite an interesting one. It's on CBS. It's the only Sly release over here that was on CBS. It's a reissue of Wanna Take You Higher from 1970. They put it out as an A-side and it was a hit as well. With You Can Make It If You Try on the B-side. And it's got the nice original CBS sleeve too, The Music People. I've got a German pressing of Family Affair, which is battered, but I kept it just for the sleeve. Which is quite an interesting shot of the band eating apples and Sly in his own world there. This was during the time he's holding if you can see, he's holding a branch there. He looks like he's tripping, man. He probably was. This was taken just before the breakup, you know, during the time of There's a Riot going on. So that's a nice one to have for that sleeve. Even if it is wrecked, it's still nice to have. I think I should frame that, really. That should be framed, shouldn't it? And I've got the English pressing of Family Affair with Love and Hate on the B-side. Great stuff, of course. Got the beautiful Running Away, another great track. And Brave and Strong on the B-side. And interestingly, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but the mix of Brave and Strong on here is completely different to the one on the album, and it's never been, not many people have really spoken about it. And also, the recent CD reissues had a lot of bonus tracks, but that mix of Brave and Strong wasn't on there. It's a completely different mix, which is interesting. If You Want Me to Stay, of course, the classic. Great track from Fresh with the equally awesome Thankful and Thoughtful on the B-side. The awesome cover of Que Sera Sera. I think they did that really well with If It Were Left Up to Me on the B-side. Also from the Fresh album. Time for Living. This is quite hard to find. It wasn't a big hit here. With Small Talk on the B-side. Small Talk's a really underrated album. Great album. Loose Booty, which was also from Small Talk. Another great track. With the awesome stoned funk of Can't Strain My Brain on the B-side. And the only other one I've got is a nice demo of I Get High on You, which is another great track, which wasn't a hit. Yeah, with That's Loving You on the B-side. I don't have the 45 and crossword puzzle, I wish I did, but that only came out in the States, I believe. So now albums. You're listening to this at the moment. This is the first ever album. Look at Sly's hair, man. They look so young. Yeah, this is a great album, and this has only just been reissued recently, because I think it was out of print for years. For a long time, I didn't even realise this album existed. I always thought Dance to the Music was the first album. But this album's better than that. I think this is one of the strongest albums. I mean, this is incredible. When you read about how this was made, I think it was done on a 4-track. And you listen to the way it's produced. Sly was a great producer, and this is the original pressing. It's the only copy I've ever seen. It's very hard to find over here. It wasn't pressed over here. It was only... This is a Canadian pressing, actually. Yeah, great album. Really good stuff. Now, interestingly, the English pressings of some of his albums had different sleeves, like this one, Dance to the Music. The American pressing's got a completely different sleeve, and this is the somewhat dated English sleeve. Yeah. Sleeve's a little bit worn. It's got the nice stereo sticker there, and of course it's on the Direction label. So for years I thought this was, well, not for years, but for a while I thought this was the first album. It's not a bad album. It's got some great stuff on it. Probably my favourite out of the earlier period Well, this was released in the States as Life, but over here it was released as Milady with this sleeve. In America, the sleeve was like a cinema seating, and it's like all of them, like different versions of them dressed up and stuff. This is an interesting cover. It's quite odd, isn't it? I don't know why the sleeves were different over here, but this is a beautiful stereo copy. And this is one of the, I'd say that finding an original stereo of this with the textured label is very hard indeed. And this is a very first pressing, and it is in beautiful condition. Another one I got when I was working in the record shop in London, in Notting Hill. That's one from there. And it came in and I snapped it up straight away. I wasn't going to let that go, no way. Excuse me for sniffing, I've got hay fever. Stand, another great album, of course. Some say this is the first really consistent album, you know. Psychedelic soul at its best, man. This is great. Interestingly, the sleeve never had Direction logo on it. It's just the CBS sleeve, but it's on the Direction label. I don't think CBS pressings exist. Great album. Unfortunately, the UK ones never had the gatefold sleeve though. But in terms of sound and quality, the English pressings are top notch. Now, of course, we have the masterwork. This is in my top 10 favourite albums of all time. I'll take it out here. There's a riot going on. This is just, for me, this is just amazing. This album changed my life. It really did. Opened my eyes up to a lot of things. And this is the English pressing, which came, I don't know if the American ones came with this. Came with a free EP, which I also have in here. Oh yeah, and this is also the original sticker, which would have been on either the back or the front, but has come off. So I've just sort of kept it tucked in there. So this would, I think, it had already come off when I bought it, and by the looks of the, I think it would have gone there. I've thought about sticking it back on, but I'd rather just leave it. But it's good that it still has the sticker. Yeah, so this has got the, excuse me, the EP that came with it, which has got, it's just a compilation, it's just sort of promoting the Greatest Hits album. It's got Dance to the Music, Stand, Ride the Rhythm and Colour Me True on it. And it's advertising Stand and the Greatest Hits albums there. So, you know, it's a lot harder to find with this record. A lot harder. And it's also got the lyric insert, which for me was great because when, I'm sure you guys know this album well, it is hard to understand the lyrics, and I remember reading these lyrics for the first time. I was like, great, I actually know what Sly is saying now, you know. So that was cool. And it's a beautiful copy. English pressings of this are very hard to find, and this is the only one I've ever come across that had the EP with it. I paid £20 for it about 5-6 years ago now, and I haven't seen one since. It's very scarce. And it wasn't as big over here as it was in the States. I think it was #1 in the States, and rightly so. Next up, Fresh. Another great album, of course. This is the first English pressing. There's rumours that Sly was so out of it when this was taken that he was actually lying down on a plate of glass, but I don't think that's true. Awesome stuff. And this has got the lyrics too. Great album. Next, yeah, this is one of the overlooked albums, really, with the brilliant cover. That was, I think her name was June Silver. He married her and they divorced 3 months later. He actually married her during one of his concerts on stage. Awesome album though. It's got some great tracks on it. Mother Beautiful, which is amazing. It kind of means a lot to me, that track. Because basically, it reminds me a lot of my mum, as it would. It's got Time for Living on it, Loose Booty, Wishful Thinking. Good album, man. Can't Strain My Brain. And it's got the insert as well, which kind of folds out, and it's got the lyrics in it and everything. High on You, which is worth it just for crossword puzzle. When I first bought this, I thought, I hope it's all as good as that, but it's not. Crossword Puzzle is probably the strongest track, but you've also got High on You, which is a great track. Who Do You Love is an awesome track. There's still some good stuff. Organised, you know, it's all pretty same kind of vibe. But Sly looks great there, man. Look at the green trainers. What a bad man. That is awesome. And this has the insert too. This is an English pressing. But interestingly, the insert is the American insert. But that's what it came with. But I haven't seen one of these since either. These are very rare. Didn't sell at all. Next up, probably one of the weaker Sly albums. Heard You Missed Me When I'm Back. It's from '76. It's okay, but they look terrible, don't they? It's got some fairly decent stuff, but overall it's a pretty... I just don't think it's dated well, but correct me if I'm wrong, you know, that's just my opinion. But I'd say this is probably one of the harder to find Sly albums, because it just didn't sell at all. And this is the English pressing too. Got, of course, the brilliant... This is this says it all, Back on the Right Track. This album really was back on the right track. A very short album, it's only half an hour long, but it's great. Of course, it's got Remember Who You Are on it. And it's just... every track's a winner on this. There's only 8 tracks, but they're all funky as hell. And really good. 78, it's the American pressing. These are pretty easy to find. It's got the cutout. I would like to get a nice English pressing, but they don't turn up often. And Sly's last album to date, although he keeps promising that he's going to put out more, from 1982, Ain't But the One Way. Again, this is a pretty weak album, it's not bad. I think I need to listen to it again. I haven't really listened to it much. This was sealed when I bought it, and it's a German pressing from Warner Brothers. No, it's the American one, sorry. But overall, you know, Sly had a great load of stuff coming out, you know. And it's just such a shame to hear that he's actually homeless and living in a trailer at the moment. I don't know if any of you guys heard about that. He owed money to the IRS apparently. So, Sly, you know, if you're out there, I know maybe you're not in the best place right now, but I'm sure there's people out there that are looking after you, because you are a living legend. And it'd be awesome to hear if he actually did bring out that album that he keeps promising us one day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, I apologise for being a bit stuffy. My hay, you know, great weather comes hand in hand with hay fever. It's a pain in the arse, but I have to live with it. So thanks for checking it out, VC, and I will be in touch, as it were. Peace.